Welcome to the channel. I'm Stacy, and today I'm going to walk you through the guitar tabs reference chart that you can download for free in the description box below. I started using these marks to reduce the amount of writing needed to explain some things on the tabs I make. Most of these marks are universal, but a couple of them I did alter, and a couple didn't exist, so I made them. All right, let's start from the top. So the lines represent strings, from the top string being your high E to the bottom string being your low E, and the numbers represent frets. You'll see the numbers on this particular chart represent a G over C chord, a big cowboy chord, just a tip of the hat to my dad, and looks like this. The first mark we're going to go over is palm muting. That'll be a PM followed by a dotted line running across all of the notes in that section that will be palm muted. Palm muting is just your palm resting on the bridge and then picking the notes. Sounds like this. Next we have a fret hand mute, and that's just represented with an X, and sounds like this. Next we have alternate picking, which is represented by a down up, down up, down up mark like a zigzag. And alternate picking is just that, just picking down and up, and it could sound like this. Next we have tremolo picking, which similar to alternate picking. What I did is I put a capital T with a hyphen and then the tremolo pick mark. And that just represents tremolo picking. And tremolo picking is something like this. Next we have a rake, which looks kind of like a staple. And a rake is a mark that'll go over a chord, and it just means you're going to hit one string at a time, but in a continuous motion. It could be like this. Next up we have bends, and the bend is a curved line with an arrow at the top, and there will either be a half, whole, or 1.5 noted at the top of that arrow, and that's just to indicate how much of a bend you're making, whether it be a half step, whole step, or 1.5 step bend. And the bend sounds like this. Next we have bend and release, which is also going to be noted how much of a bend at the top of that arrow, and you're just bending it up and bending it back down. Sounds like this. Next we have slide up, which is just a forward slash that'll either follow a note that's being slid out of or precede a note that's being slid into. And a slide up can sound like this. Next we have slide down, and that's a backslash, and it'll be similarly noted to slide ups, and it could sound like this. Next we have hammer-ons and pull-offs. It's the same mark, and the only difference is whether the second note precedes or follows the first note on the fretboard. A hammer-on can sound like this, and a pull-off can sound like this. Next we have vibrato, and this is one where if you have a vibrato bar on your guitar, you can use that. Otherwise, you're using your hands on the fretboard, and vibrato can be like this. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but usually if it's being marked on a tab in the worship world, it's going to be a little bit more extreme. If it's anything less than that, it tends to be just a more feel thing for the player. And next we have the mark for a repeated section. It's just the 2 vertical lines with the stacked dots, and it means that the section before it is going to be repeated. I altered this one by putting a circle in the middle with a number representing how many times it's going to be repeated. Since in the praise and worship world, we've got sections that might go twice, it might go 8 times. The next one is one that I made, and it's brackets to give designation to a specific section. So in a repeated line, the last part might be different. And so I'll put that in brackets, and then above it, note how that it's different, whether it is only being played on the first time through or if it's only being played on the last time through. Next we have harmonics. So harmonics are for sure going to be at the 12th fret on I think every guitar. And then depending on the craftsmanship of your guitar and the intonation, you can find it on other frets as well. And harmonic sounds like this. The next one I have is pinch harmonics, which we don't really use in the praise and worship world, but it's still a fun technique to learn, and I thought I would include it. Pinch harmonics can sound like this. It helps to have a little bit more gain on that one. And the last one on the guitar tabs reference chart is just a capo indicator. It's going to be a number representing the fret that it's on, and a lowercase c letting you know that that's a capoed note. So if you don't want to use a capo and you're going to fret that note, then you'll know exactly where it's at. I hope you found that useful. If you did, subscribe and hit that like button for good measure. If you have any questions about tab marks or anything else that I do on this channel, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to help. All right, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.